Yo there, my gummy knights. Sorry if my voice sounds a little fucked up. I am still currently sick. Yeah, so that's a big problem for me. So if I do some wheezing, if I do some coughing, I'll try to edit out most of it, but if something slips in there, forgive me. I'm really trying to give it out, but it is really hitting me hard. Like, my nose is stuffy. I'm all clogged up. It's really fucking brutal right now. But basically, if you guys remember in my Resolutions video, I said, I was going to be introducing a new series, right? Right, okay, so this is it. Now, I know some people are going to try to call me a little bit petty. They're going to try to say, oh, come on, you're just a pseudo-fucking intellectual, man. You don't know what you're doing. You don't have to do stuff like this. And no, I don't have to do stuff like this. But I want to, because I watch these types of videos so often on YouTube and stuff like that. And my natural default state is analyzation. I love analyzing, and I love to do analyzation. So this is a new series I'm going to introduce. And I'm going to have to put in a working title. So if you guys see a title on this video or in the description that I may be, like, putting with this series, don't think that it's the whole title or it's going to be the title that sticks. But yeah, basically the gist of this series is me watching a video and watching along through, and if I find a point of contention, to basically debunk that right then and there. And basically it could be a small, like, 2-minute clip, right? It could be the entire video. It could be, what have you. So I don't want to turn into, like, a full-on debunker, but kind of like, yeah, it's a jack-of-all-trades style of debunker, where even if you agree with most of the other points, you don't have problems with the other points in the video, you basically can debunk it. But I'll mainly most likely be sticking not to full-long videos. Maybe, it really just depends on how much I find wrong with it. And this is going to be the first one. It's this video by Xan. And again, this is one of those videos I pretty much agree with most of it, right? I got like about halfway through the video, like somewhere, because the video is like 22 minutes long. I got somewhere between a 16-minute marker where I'm doing this. And yeah, it's a Dragon Ball video because he's talking about It's Anime Girl. And if you guys know the meme that is It's Anime Girl, well, you can understand why he may make this video. So he's pretty much right in all of it. The point of contention that I have with his video, and I'm talking about him, I'm not talking about It's Anime Girl, like, that's a whole can of worms I don't want to get into, is when he tries to basically bring up a counter-argument, but basically kind of doesn't understand what he's trying to discuss there. So it's around the whole idea of what happened between Goku on Namek when he was fighting against Frieza.
Sure, I mean, there's a little bit of I want to beat Frieza at his top form, his top strength, but it wasn't like, go away and train Frieza and come back. He spared his life, sure, because he's like, I mean, a bit of an idiot.
And so Xan basically kind of just cucks down and just calls him a straight up idiot about the whole idea of Goku sparing Frieza's life and all of that jazz. So the real point that I kind of like want to go ahead and debunk here is the whole idea that Goku is, an idiot, and, the way he approached the situation. Right, the whole idea of him letting Frieza go to 100% and fighting him at his maximum, I know it's become a meme, but it wasn't really due to a factor of, I guess you could say, Goku just being straight up dumb and not knowing what he was doing. Goku's whole idea was to completely humiliate Frieza, to completely demoralize him. That's what he was doing. And I know TFS kind of made a joke of it, but it's actually not really a joke. It's, it's not a bad strategy. Right, you can't say it hasn't worked. Even to go by Dragon Ball standards, or, any other standards you want to go to, you can't really say that it's not worked. Right, where the whole, point of making your foe, cut to your ideologies, right, or, making your foe, bow down and see that your way is superior. I mean, I take it to the tournament of power, a good example. That was kind of like the whole thing with the philosophy behind fighting Jiren, right, and, putting your faith in friends. I mean, literally Frieza kind of brings it up, right, and Goku's whole thing about bringing it up about, don't hurt my Nagama-san, and, even Toppo and them are like, trusting your friends and like that, and Jiren even gets a boost from it. But again, he was demoralized. He was, he had been completely humiliated. All that he thought he had achieved with his power and relying on himself was completely thrown out the window by Goku literally getting exponentially strong from his friends and things of that nature, and, all of that trust that he puts into relying on others, right, to help boost himself. So, that's just one example of, how it's worked, and that was kind of the idea with Frieza, right? It wasn't Goku just being a dumbass and like, hey, Frieza, power up to full form because I just like to fight people at their full power. It was along the idea of if I can humiliate him, if I can subjugate him, I can bring him down to his knees and show him that there are people out there who are far superior to him, then maybe he will learn a lesson from this and try to either conform to a different ideology or respect the notion that you don't get to just do whatever you want, right? There's somebody out there will be stronger than you, that somebody will stop you if you try to be evil, if you try to do things that are bad, if you try to do things that are harmful, or, just again, a showcasing of superiority over you that, makes you more afraid, makes you more timid. Now, I think Xan basically just misses the mark completely, just goes ahead and goes down to calling him an idiot, and, just kind of expanded upon when he, then is talking about how, Goku then spared Frieza's life after he defeated him. But the only reason why Goku did that, again, it's not Goku's an idiot, not that Goku's a, fucking moron. No, it's that Frieza, again, Goku is someone who can be manipulated.
Right, someone who can be tricked. Okay, this doesn't inherently make you dumb. right? There are much smarter characters than Goku, I guess you would try to say. Generally much smarter characters than Goku in Dragon Ball. When it comes to a whole manner of different types of subjects, right? I would debate anyone who tries to say that there's a better tactician, in terms of battle, but, just in terms of having common sense or, common knowledge or being able to think intelligently outside of the realm of battle, then yeah, you could say there's a lot of people out there, but even they have been tricked before, right? Even they have been manipulated into doing stuff that was, otherwise seen as stupid without them happening to be stupid themselves. And this is kind of the thing.
Frieza's like, I'll be good, Goku. Don't worry, I'll change. I changed my ways, right? Your whole thing of humiliating me, of demoralizing me, of, proving to me your superiority has converted me, right? You've converted me to your ideology. I have changed, right? That was Frieza's notion, and Goku fell for it. And so Goku's whole idea of giving him the energy was enough to get him off the planet. And it's like, okay, yeah, now that you've converted, don't be evil anymore. I mean, it was kind of like, again, it's a meme, but he does take the whole Jesus route of it, right? Anime Messiah over here. He does take the whole Jesus route of it, the whole go and sin no more, right? That you were shown mercy, right? Because it's like, right, when they brought the lady who had committed adultery, and Jesus was like, he who has not sinned, cast the first stone. Now, I know some people will be like, okay, why are you getting all religious on me, man? Why are you getting all philosophical? I'm like, dude, I'm just using that as an example because, you kind of do see it a little bit there, the Messiah complex of that arc, really, in that particular moment anyway. But my whole point is, he's not just straight up idiot. Now, I know somebody's going to say, oh, why don't you finish the whole video? Xan is probably going to explain away why, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, he could. But so, I watched ahead and, Xan doesn't really point out. And again, even if it's a personal opinion, I still have every right to, label out my personal opinion if you want to, or label out facts or whatever. Now, I won't always be like this, right? And if somebody does, like, later on or in the description or, at some particular point of these videos, says, I'm just joking, or if it is really a joke video, then I most likely probably won't, do this type of thing with it. And I don't know all of Xan's personal beliefs on this, but right now, this is what I have to go off of. And I just felt it necessary, yes, to make an entire video based off of like 5 seconds worth of a clip of where, he's just calling Goku straight up stupid and his interactions with Frieza, and doesn't really seem to explain why he's stupid or understand the reasoning behind Goku's actions, right? And the first one, it was to teach Frieza a lesson, and the second part, it was because Frieza had tricked and manipulated him into thinking he had learned that lesson. And then when Goku found out he didn't, he really aimed to kill him. It just so happened that Frieza survived. So it's like people tend to forget that too, and just try and just like, oh, Goku spared him, and he just let him go. No, when Goku blasted him, it was an aim to kill him. And in fact, we don't see Frieza after that, so for all intents and purposes, he's dead. But anyway, that'll do it for this, and, you guys tell me what you think. Do you think this is going to be like a fun little thing that you can get behind? Right, it's going to be like a fun little series. And again, they won't always be like this, right? Because really, this 5-second clip, you could just regard it as like a throwaway, right? It's something that he's saying to be saying it. And that's fine, that's fair enough. You can regard it as that way. I'm choosing to kind of just explain and why I believe that he is wrong. Even though it may just be a throwaway comment, again, I have every right to talk about it. And for me personally, like, you can find good examples of Goku being an idiot. That's just not one of them, right? The major problem with that scene, if you really wanted to go there and, and point out, because, there's problems there, but, if you want to talk about the problems in philosophy and things of that nature, would be the whole idea that Goku just assumed that this would work. But then again, that turns out not to be so much a problem because after he does it, it seems like Frieza actually caught on to the ideology, so Goku had no reason to suspect it didn't work. Until Frieza just was kind of like, nah, I'm the most evil motherfucker in the universe, and, fuck you, ass face, and then, tried to fucking blast him. I mean, really, it'd be kind of hard to find where Goku, went wrong in his assumption until that point, right? Until that point to where Frieza's like, nah, I'm just an evil motherfucker, right? Then you could say that, okay, well, Goku's assumption was wrong. Again, that doesn't make him an idiot. That just means he had a wrong assumption. So to go ahead and kind of just like end this video because it is most likely gone on way too long, and I'm definitely gonna have to cut out a lot of snuff. Other than that, this was a pretty great video so far by Xan, and I'll continue to watch it and see what he's talking about with his anime girl because trust me, that's probably the more interesting thing. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. And again, let me know how you like it. Peace.
Yo, all you sucker MCs ain't got nothing on me. From my grades to my lines, you can't touch Kevin G. I'm a mathlete, the nerd isn't bird, but forget what you heard. I'm like James Bond III, shaking, not stirred. I'm Kevin the Poor. The G is silent when I sneak in your door. Make love to your woman on the bathroom floor. Don't play it like Shaggy, you'll know it was me. Cause the next time you see her, she'll be like,